On to the second on the programme and race number 2 at Sha Tin on Saturday. Remember, this weekend is a Class 5 over the 1200 metres. We're on to the all-weather for race number 2. Headed by Striking Siege, drops into Class 5 for the first time here. Royal Prerogative as his first start for Tony Millard. Victory Follow Me from the 1650 down to the 1200 metres. Jimson the Famous, a last start course and distance winner. Corey Rapido from the 1800 metres down to the 1200 metres here. The Happy Bunch beaten favourite last start at Happy Valley. And double. Blinkers going back on first start for David Ferraris. First up since September as he makes his all-weather debut. Now, best runner, Jimson the Famous, the Happy Bunch and Hidden Spirit have all been up at Chung Fa within the last month. Hidden Spirit coming back on the 28th, second trip up that, Brett.
First of the all-weather races, Class 5, 1200. There should be some good pace here. Best runner, Striking Mr. C. Royal Prerogative, Victory Follow Me. I'm not sure whether he'll have enough pace to be there. There was a lot of money for the Happy Bunch at the Valley last start, and he was ridden forward, ridden aggressively. So from barrier number 8, you presume they'll want to take that same tactic again, and I think that will generate some speed in the Singapore River Handicap.
Royal Prerogative is having his first start for the new stable. That's with Tony Millard. Righteous Mates move stables, he's with them as well. But Royal Prerogative is the one on the far side. The blinkers will come off him, and his work's been very good for the new stable. So he should get a nice run and get his opportunity. Adonis, I thought, trialled well recently, and he stretches out nicely here this morning. He should get a nice run from his barrier. Barrier 1, Ben So will take them out, and his work suggests he's going well. Adonis. And the other one we'll take a look at here for you is Victory Follow Me. Zach Purdon doing the work here. He'll do the work on, or the ride on race day. He will earn his money too. He's drawn barrier 12, and the cheek pieces will come off him as well. So he's a winner before.
All right, as is Jimson the Famous, a last start winner in actual fact. Both of his wins have been on the dirt over the 1200 metres. The question is, can he back it up, I suppose? Draw barrier 3, so give him a chance.
Well, Paul would remind you that the stats for the Dennis Yard suggest that they don't often win 2 in a row. Having said that, he did remind us earlier at the start of the program how well the stable is going. So it's a bit of a flip of the coin scenario. Judged on this performance alone, he should probably win because he won this pretty cosily. But it is Class 5, and we know they can be inconsistent. But I've got him in the tips for sure.
Yeah, I've got him in as well. I've got one to beat him, actually. But look, he is going well at the moment.
All right. Striking Mr. C is an interesting horse. Drops in class. He's had some issues, declared Aurora last time out, pulled up lame as well. But he's actually won his last 4 starts, just whether he can do it on race day.
Yeah,
so trials. He's won his last 4 trials.
I was going to say, yeah. The blinkers go on him. He's got to carry 133 pounds. He's Aurora. Cross noseband comes off. No, I've got him in on a place line only, very minor, but with these Roarers, it's hard.
Yeah, I'm with Paul. The class is obviously easier for him, but this is not the first time he's been declared Aurora either.
No.
So it's an ongoing issue. He's going to show pace, but when the whips are cracking, you know he's going to be feeling it.
Yeah, he'll be travelling when they swing for home. Royal Prerogative, we saw the track work. This is the trial.
Yeah, it was good. I got the feeling Paul might be sneaking this in the tips, and I'm the same. I thought that third behind Hurricane Hunter on the turf was a decent run, and he actually ran OK on the all-weather prior to that. Lame and bloody in the track here last start, so clear excuses. As Paul mentioned, Tony Millard's got him. I thought this was a nice trial leading in.
Yeah, a nice trial, and he's only had the one start on the all-weather, and he wasn't too far away from Everstrong as well. It was a good run on it.
That trial winner was Dancing Fighter, who won down the straight. We haven't seen him since, but hopefully he'll be back again soon. Victory Follow Me, again, we saw the track work. This is his winning trial.
Yeah, he's only a one-time winner. He did win very impressively when he did win that one race, but he's had the 37 starts. He's got barrier 12, so look, he trialled OK here, but he's going to have to work a little bit, and Zach Purdon's aboard, so you'll have to take slightly unders with him, I thought.
Matthew Poon rode him in the trial. I don't know whether he can get over from 12. We saw him in the speed map caught wide. But if that's the case, Zach will look to slot in somewhere. Look, off the basis of the trial, he's a chance, but I didn't find a spot for him.
All right, OK. Our favourite at this stage is Striking Mr. C, Paul.
He's going to come up short, isn't he? I'm going to go with Royal Prerogative, though. Tony Millard's got a really good stat with his second-hand horses, and he gets this one for the first time in Class 5. I think he can get a nice run with an apprentice claim. So he's on top to beat Jimson the Famous. He did win impressively last time, but as Brett says, they don't normally back up. I like the Donis's trial. I thought it was quite good leading into this, and he should get a nice run from a low draw. I threw Mr. Striking Mr. C in, but you're going to have to take unders with Jay Moreira aboard. 2, 7, 3 and 1. I'll just take the 2 to win.
I chopped and changed my numbers here. I've actually got all 4 that Paul's got in for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. And I ended up coming back to Corre Rapido. I want value in this Class 5 race. There's nothing consistent. The only thing consistent about these gallopers is that they're inconsistent. So for that reason, I want some value. Corre Rapido's had runs over the longer trips, and I think that'll hold his fitness in good stead when the whips are cracking. If there's a solid tempo, I'll take the chance with him at double figures that he might be able to roll them late with Silvestre de Souza to ride. So 9 on top, 7 Jimson the Famous, 2 Royal Prerogative. I put in Striking Mr. C. I was cut and still bleeding on the performance of Adonis last start, so he's out on the bench.
Right, there you go. I've got the same 4 numbers as you, Brett. Just a slightly different order. I got Royal Prerogative, much like Paul, on top. But yeah, there you go.
I actually had him on top initially, and then I culled him.
Yeah, be brave. Corre Rapido. I won't put you off. All right, 2 races down then. The second of the all-weather races comes up as race number 6. We're back with the third right after this.